Hello class, it's me, Mr. Ture, and today we have another exciting painting exercise. This one is going to be more about the theory of color. We're going to make a 3D object, a cube, three-dimensional square. This is how we're going to do it. In yesterday's painting exercise, we made different expressions of the same color by adding its opposite color on the color wheel, and the opposite color of green was red. Today we're going to express the three dimensions with three expressions of the same color, using its opposite and a little white. Since the cube is blue, to make the darker or cooler blue, which will be the shadow, we're going to use some of its complement, its opposite, orange. So in our palette today, we're going to need blue, we're going to need some orange, which is a mixture of the yellow and the red, and we're going to need a little white. So for today's painting exercise, we're going to need the following supplies: water, an eraser, pencil with a sharp point, this time a thin brush, so we can paint along the edges of a flat surface. We're going to need a rag or a paper towel, a piece of paper, rough side up, it doesn't matter if it's vertical or horizontal, and our palette, which will have very few colors this time: blue, red and yellow, and white. Let's mix our orange now. So when you mix the orange and you add a little of that orange to the blue, you're going to get this value. The blue straight out of the container is this value. It's bright, warm. Even though we're using a thin brush today, I still like to use the larger brushes for the mixing of the color. So, because red is a stronger, more brilliant color, we're going to add less of it here. Following the procedure, we'll add probably a little more than usual to make a nice bright orange. All right. Now, let's take this blue and add a little bit of the orange so we can get the shady blue. Let's do this in the middle. So I add mostly blue. And a little orange. So, using our scrap piece of paper, let's see what happens. We're going to add regular blue here, nice and bright and brilliant. Now we're going to put its cool blue next to it. Ooh, very nice. But three dimensions are going to have three different values. We need a third value. Let's see what happens if we add a little white to this cool blue mixture. So we take the white. Now we're not going to contaminate this whole amount because we'll need this for the side of the cube. But let's add it here. And if you want, because white is also very powerful, we're going to take some blue and mix it in with this white for our third value. Now let's see what happens. That's interesting. All right, these will be the colors of today's shape. Let's get started with the drawing. All right, so there are different ways to draw a three-dimensional cube. Today I'm going to be drawing a square, 4 equal sides. You can use a ruler if you want. Rulers are very helpful when it comes to drawing three-dimensional shapes. Straight edges. more or less what we want. Now some people draw a square behind it up and to the left, but I'm going to go to every corner and I'm going to go up and to the left. The same angle, this corner, up and to the left. And now I'm going to join these together. This is the side of the cube. Now I'm going to go up and to the left, the upper right corner, following the same angle. I'm going to join these together. Here. Let's get rid of any extra pencil marks. Now am I going to draw a line here, up and to the left? No, because this is a solid face and it wouldn't show. So now we have our volume, the space inside the cube, we have our height and our width. Let's paint the cube. Now we're ready to paint the front face. For me, this will be the raw blue itself, the brightest. And for this, because there's a lot of space, I'm going to use my big brush for the middle. Okay, so I made a little mistake here because the brush was too big and too wide. We're going to go for a smaller brush for the edges. And I can always move the paper around. Okay, for the second dimension, we're going to use the cooler blue that we made by mixing orange. It should be in the middle tray, right there. Let's use that for the side plane. third plane up top will be the white plus blue. There you have it. Now, for extra, I might want to put a shadow underneath the cube, and my shadow is going to be gray. So, for this, I'm going to add a little black paint. A little. And I'm going to mix white and black for gray. Little black goes a long way. Now a lot of white. If you are feeling up to a challenge, feel free to use the same technique and theory for the cube on a letter. 3D letter with straight edges and right angles, like the eye or the Teen Titans tower. And here we have it, a three-dimensional cube. Height, width, volume, represented by 3 different values of the same color. Not an easy concept, so if you got it, congratulations. I hope you've enjoyed painting. I've enjoyed painting along with you. I'll see you next time.